Hey everybody, Brian Good here. Quick update. It's mainly going to be a short-term update, get you through this afternoon here. And then, of course, I'll have another update on the blog, or maybe a longer term tomorrow. Here's this band of thunderstorms. Continues to weaken as it is diving down 65 toward Louisville. It's going to continue to run out of steam as it approaches I-64 here in the next few moments, which is good. But still producing some very interesting pictures outside. I know a lot of you already have been sitting those in. Appreciate that. But the plan here for this is to determine where is this going to stall out toward midday today, because once we get the sun higher in the sky and these clouds now that are debris clouds that we call this, once they thin out, then we will see redevelopment of thunderstorms take place. At the same time, they could have another piece of energy moving in to kind of enhance some of that activity. In general, the coverage for severe weather today is going to be very sparse. That's why it's a marginal risk, but not zero. And let me explain. Here's what we're watching for later on today. Yes, we've got this outflow now that's going to stall the area that could redevelop, but also we've got a little small piece of energy we'll call Vortex moving out of Illinois that is going to ride to the southeast later today that will help enhance some of the coverage of thunderstorm potential. Now, the forecast here just after the lunch hour today, not very impressive. In fact, relatively weak winds aloft, much more impressive around central Illinois, but here there's not much for organized severe weather to take place. But there is enough instability that could develop today, what we call the downdraft cape. Values over 1,000, generally over southern Indiana and a good chunk of central Kentucky. So yeah, there could be some downburst winds, bowling segments that can produce a warning or two. We've seen that a lot this summer. That potential is there. So that's why it's a marginal risk. It means a severe thunderstorm warning can't be ruled out, but multiple warnings for the entire area, unlikely. As far as hail goes today, freezing levels are somewhat lower as you get closer to the actual boundary of the front itself. That's where there could be some hail that could take place, mainly across central Illinois and maybe northwest of Louisville, but the hail threat's not the big deal out of this one. I'll show you a couple of the short-range models. They're having a tough time handling the timing here. It does show, the HRRR model shows it falling in the area and then breaking apart and then redevelops, and then you'll see that energy rotate out of Illinois that'll kick up the potential for some damaging wind gusts as we do this afternoon and evening. It also is picking up the idea that we could see maybe a nocturnal wave that could move in that same flow, because the front itself, that's the train track for all this, is not really moving much the next 24 hours. So there could be another rain chance after midnight. I don't think 9:30 is right, but after midnight, wouldn't rule it out. Here's the RPM model, similar deal. It shows the band pushing to the south here. It's more to the east than it is currently depicted. So the RPM's already struggling on placement, and that is key, because if the models are not initializing well, it's hard to trust them afterwards. But the general theme here is still to show that piece of energy moving in across portions of Illinois later on today, and then off to the southeast. We'll monitor that carefully, and there could see a few more thunderstorms as we end of the day tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on things. Again, potential is there for maybe some strong weather, and as far as warnings go throughout the day today, but very isolated. Stay tuned.